Hey everybody, it's Rugby, and I am your Thursday guy. This week's topic is mental health. So, tough topic. I have coped with seasonal affective disorder. It used to be called the winter blues. Contemporary terms for it is seasonal affective disorder. They did some studies on it, of course. The lack of sunlight in the wintertime, especially the daylight hours are shorter in the wintertime, and that affects the brain, affects the mood. There is crap in and around Christmas and everything to do with Christmas that is difficult for me to cope with too. So this time of year is challenging for me anyway. Compounded with the seasonal affective disorder, and then in the many years before I finally was able to do something about this little birth defect, it was based in dysphoria as well. So the anxiety and depression of not being quite right made things even worse. So I was kind of a hot mess. And things are better now. I am familiar with the deep, dark pit that is depression. I've been through some pretty rough times before. And it sucks that there's so much stigma about mental health issues and mental health needs when it's a health issue. It's no different than your physical health. Needs to be maintained, and there's help out there for folks, so you're not alone and have a little help getting through some pretty bad stuff. I mean, it's like with a broken bone. I mean, yeah, you can deal with it all alone by yourself, and chances are you'll be fine. It's painful as hell, but eventually things heal, and you can get through it. You can get through it alone. It's difficult and it's painful, but like with a broken bone, you can go to urgent care and they take x-rays out and make sure there's nothing seriously messed up in there that they don't need to reset, and chances are everything's fine, it's just broken, and they'll put you in a cast. And that's the help you get. It doesn't mean that just gonna bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, poof, all of a sudden your broken bone is healed overnight just because you show up at the urgent care, get help from a doctor for it. Yeah, there's a healing process, but at least you get a little help that helps you get through it. And going to seek therapy in different forms is helpful. At least makes you feel you're not alone for stuff. There's a lot of folks feeling alone out there in all this age of connectivity, and we have other people from very far away at a touch of a finger. It doesn't always take away from the loneliness that we feel. We feel like we're going through something absolutely alone. So, I mean, maybe it's something as simple as participating in some of these groups and just, virtually hanging out with other guys, or what have you. Or maybe it's an instant message to somebody you know and say, hey, having one of them really rough days, and you have somebody there that's seeing you through it, you know. And there's coping mechanisms I do use. I do employ healing techniques like Reiki. I do indeed use meditation. Breath work helps a lot. And I only speak for my own experience and what I find. In reference to finding therapy, therapists, it's a lot like seeking out a mechanic or even just a medical doctor. You gotta find some idiots out there that are just asshats, and it doesn't mean that you never take your car in for service ever again after that. And likewise with your body, it's not like you're gonna go without a doctor ever again. It's because one's an asshat doesn't mean they're all like that. And it's cool because now that there's e-therapy and Skype therapy sessions that folks have, they're available, and it makes it helpful for folks that are way out in the boondocks, for existence of a red state, in at least in the U.S. anyway, and not a lot of positive, affirming services nearby. There's always e-therapy, so there's methods out there that are helpful. It's nothing wrong with seeking help. I wish there wasn't the stigma about mental health that there is. I mean, there used to be really heavily a long time ago. But there still is some lingering stuff now. Some people are still kind of recalcitrant to seek out therapy because they still consider that that's for people who are nuts. And no, it's not. It's not. The stigma needs to go. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your health in all the facets of it. Your physical health, mental health, yeah. Nothing wrong with having a little help see you through it. Whatever it takes to get you making it through each breath, each moment, each day. Let's see what the next one brings. See what tomorrow brings. See what the next moment brings. See what the next breath brings. Little by little, step by step. And you get through it. You get through the rough parts. I hope everybody's doing well, and have a great week.